Hello darlings, welcome to my home. I'm Catherine and today we are going to be doing our new music monthly video for the month of August. Me. So basically in these videos, I'm just talking about the newest music that I found within that month. And some of it's going to be references to older stuff, and all of it is in the playlists that are linked in the description down below. We're also playing with this Allure 1 palette by Juvia's Place. So gonna focus on that one, and that's the look I have on today. So let's see where the brush takes us and let's get started. All right, daily disclaimer. I found about double to triple the amount of new music this month than I did last month. So I won't be talking about everything that's on my playlist that I've shared with you guys. I have a playlist on both Spotify and YouTube. What happens is usually I'm finding new music on both Spotify and YouTube. It's just kind of random or whatever. And I noticed throughout the month, I started to get only new music in my recommendations. So it was just like a bunch of stuff. We go all around the world today, but I just want to be talking about more of what I was actually listening to on repeat more, and kind of stuff that was harder to find. The stuff that's easier to find, it's like, you guys will see it, you know. All right, I don't know if I'm going to do foundation again because I only have my winter color, and I don't normally do foundation. I think I will for some of the like Drag Race tutorials and some of the other tutorial follow-alongs that I want to do. But we will start with Laura Mercier. This is just like a foundation primer. It has sunscreen in it, so, and I'm really close to the sun out here and I'm super white, so anything with sunscreen is going to be good for me. This is another product courtesy of my mom. She gets all the good stuff. Okay, I wanted to do 2 primers, so for my eyeballs. So we're going to do Juvia's Place in the Eye Prep Eye Prime, one of my favorite primers. Then we're going to go in with the like pearly NYX eyeshadow base. All the products are always going to be listed down below. So this one I'm just priming like all over where I think like the eyeshadow might go. I always clean up afterwards and whatever, but this is kind of just to get like a stick, something for it to stick to. I have really oily skin. It's kind of annoying. I have like both. I have combination, but I have oily like where I would hate for it to be oily, which is my eyeballs, and then it's dry like everywhere else where you want it to be oily. So, you know, fun life. So the first song we go and talk about today is Green Lights by Michaela J. Green Lights. Michaela is from Pose. She played Blanca, I think. But Michaela just released this song, and it's kind of like a pop ballad. It reminds me of some of the older like Robin kind of singles that came out in like early 2000s. You know what's funny is she actually looks like Priyanka in this video. She looks like Priyanka, the winner of Canada's Drag Race season 1. Kind of have similar vibes. The music is very like Janet Jackson, you know, early 2000s as well. And she's, you know, ooh, green light. I love it. It's a really good. That's a really good one to start with. It's giving very pop, like powerful pop song. And another powerful pop song that just came out is New Woman by Lisa, formerly of Blackpink. I don't know if she's still in Blackpink. I'm not sure. I stopped kind of following K-pop like in like, oh my gosh, 2014. I was listening to like Super Junior and 2NE1 and those kind of groups. She has been doing some like solo stuff, I believe, for a while now. But this song that just came out, I mean, it's kind of reminds me of Jade's Angel of My Dreams, where it's like it just kind of came out of nowhere, and it's this huge, it's just like very powerful, and it's huge online right now. Anything that ROSALIA does also, like, I really love her. I have her Motomami vinyl, and I would love to see her in concert. Yeah, New Woman is like really good. They have a bunch of meme references in the music video. It kind of has it's another one of those pop songs that it's very much a power ballad. They also have like a tempo change in the middle. Rosalia's kind of line is, you know, in Spanish, and it's a little slower. It's very her, but that's one that I've been like blasting in the car. I'm a new woman. But it does still have kind of that K-pop like sound to it. K-pop like pop sound, but also kind of like a strong, I mean, it kind of has ROSALIA vibes into it. You know, strong woman vibes. So that one's been really fun. We will be opening le palette. Like half of my screen is covered, so I can't really see what I'm doing. But here it is. Juvia's Place Allure 1. Oh, hello. And look at that. It has like 2 teals, 1 matte and 1 glitter. And then the bottom one is more of a blue. It actually has like a purple shift to it. It's hard to see on the camera, but... And then it has the kind of 3 transition shades. This one's also a shimmer. It's like a gold shimmer. But like a more muted brown gold. I'm kind of just gonna do like all of the tutorials I saw, all the looks that I saw online when I looked up this palette. Everybody kind of just used like this as a transition shade, and then like these ones as kind of like the wing. And I want to try that. That's kind of what I do anyway. So we're gonna do that. Little fluffy brush, and we're gonna start with that guy. Just right up in here. So the next couple songs are all about girls. So Dolla, he's a really good producer. He just released a song called Girls. And then there's that song by The Dare, who did, he's the one who produced Guess by Charli XCX. And he did one called Girls, and that's a really good one. It's kind of like 2010s indie, like EDM vibes. I really like that one. And the other one is Korean Girls by Alice Longyu Gao. Hopefully I said that right. And she is amazing. She's an amazing artist. She did a song with Alice Glass like last year or the year before, and that's kind of how I found her. But she just released this song, Korean Girls. I like girls, 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 girls. And all those 3 songs, I put them together on the playlist because they're really fun to listen to together, honestly. But she also just released Detective Alice, probably a few weeks ago or last month or so. And that's another really good one. But she's like, I feel like she's an up and coming, like bigger artist. And hopefully I get to see more of her. But it's kind of electronic rap, and like electronic sounds so like 90s. But I would definitely look up Alice. She's got some really good bangers coming out. Another one of our favorite Korean girls, Yaeji. She's actually like from New York, but she also sings in Korean sometimes, I believe, just based off of what I remember. I haven't looked any of this up really to like verify everything I'm saying. So if I'm wrong, you can correct me in the comments. But she just did like a Boiler Room, and that was really fun. But she just released a song called Booboo. Booboo, don't touch me. I watched a little trailer, and she was talking about how it's like, you know, she's just coming back to the clubs after being gone for a while. And same. And it's kind of like, you don't want to be touched. And booboo is also like a term in Korean of, oh my gosh, I can't remember. I think it's a friend or something like that. But it has a little bit more meaning behind it than just like boo boo. But it's definitely one to dance to. Baby Tate just keeps coming out with some good stuff. So after this one, I have like 3 kind of like sexy hype club songs, I guess you would call it. It's hard to describe sometimes the songs, especially because I'm not playing them for you. I hope you guys look these up. I'll figure out how to play little snippets. But there's also like copyright stuff that I haven't figured out and all that. But everything's put in the playlist. It'll be at the end of this video and also in the description and all that. So if anything I'm talking about like intrigues you guys, please go give these people a listen. Most of them are smaller artists or like they're just not huge. And even huge artists, it's like give them your flowers, give them your time. Because views help a lot. Views and likes. So we have Get Up Bitch, Shake Your Ass. That one's by Anitta. She is a Brazilian pop star, basically. It's just really fun. It's a really fun song. And it's actually with Victoria, who is part of the Italian rock band Måneskin. I think it's Måneskin in like Italian, but she's the bass player for that, and it was just a really fun song that came up when I was listening to music. Gloria Groove, she's got new music like always coming out, and so I get suggested a lot of other Brazilian artists because I listen to her and Pablo Vittar, and so when this one came up I was like, okay, it's really good and it's really fun, and the music video for it is really fun too. Then we have NENE Heat, and that one, she's like a Japanese rapper, and it's just like a bad bitch anthem. You kind of have to watch that one just to get the vibe of it, but I really love that one. Then of course the Guess remix with Billie Eilish came out, and it was so controversial, but I really liked it. So then I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's a bunch of people doing like 360 remixes and all that, and NENE did a really good one that I included, and it's a video of him, like he's like on vacation in Italy or whatever, and it just sounds like a really fun freestyle of 360. It's called 360.5, so that one's been fun to listen to. So I really want to do this glittery, so I'm going to go in with this one and then add this kind of in the center there. This one will be kind of just all over, but look at that. That is a lot of pigment for just like do. That's what's really good about these palettes, is like it's a limited color palette, which actually like helps you a lot. Sometimes, especially when you're like painting or making anything, doing art and your makeup, having like too many colors can make it confusing at times, and sometimes it can not look so cohesive. And these palettes always, all the ones that I've seen, this is my first one that I've bought, but I've used some of my friends and stuff, and it's like it like makes sense. Like you can do a bunch of different looks with this. You could use just the muted colors, just the, like you could do garage doors with this and just do one color. I've been excited to try these out, so here we go. So next we kind of keep in the EDM sphere. Caribou just released a song, Come Find Me. I always forget the names of like EDM songs, but that one's Come Find Me, and I found them, Caribou, like 15 years ago. One of my favorite songs by them is Odessa, and they just always have really, really good visuals for their songs, but also it's like dance music and electric dance music it was in the time of dubstep, but it definitely stayed more with the electronic roots. Like dubstep kind of goes somewhere completely different. It gives me heavy metal vibes anymore sometimes. And so I really like that they stay kind of in the 90s dream world of electronica that I live in. And we also have new Kylie Minogue with the Blessed Madonna remix of Edge of Saturday Night, and that one's really fun. Kylie's been putting out some really fun dance music. She's got some really great stuff coming out this year, and I just love that, like fun at any age. She's not trying to be someone she's not trying to act like she's 20, but she's still having fun and not pretending that like you just stop having fun when you're, I mean, she's got to be in her 50s or 60s. I don't know exactly. I'm going to say late 50s, but still doing it, still killing it. Just like Vanessa Williams also just released I Like Moonlight. And I think this is the name of the whole album. But that song in particular, I really love. Ugh. The ugly stage, man. Ugh. And her baby, her little daughter, Lion Babe. Lion Babe is Vanessa Williams' daughter, the lead singer of Lion Babe. And they just released a new album called Out of This World. And I really love that song. It's like the song with the name of the album. There's a word for that. It's like the blank song. But that one and Freakish are really good. I'm getting like 90s kind of club house vibes, house party vibes, but there's a little bit of like the English like garage sound that I'm seeing come up in a lot of this music that we'll be getting into in just a moment. But especially Out of This World, it just sounds like it has a very like English European, Euro EDM sound that I really love. Another really fun one that kind of has like the English sound, that English EDM sound, but is not of England, ABRA, she just released SUBI with Kingdom. And like ABRA is one of those artists that like everything she puts out to, I'm just like, I absolutely love her. I love her music. I love her look. I love her. If you guys haven't seen or heard Rose, that album was so incredibly underrated. Like, I don't understand how it's not the national anthem. Like, it's crazy. It's so good. But she just released SUBI, and it's really fun. It's kind of more light. It's a really fun one. I'm really loving like all this new kind of mix of like references. They've obviously referenced like some of that 90s house music. I just absolutely love it. Some more like bangers coming out of England. Piri and Tommy, they did that on and on and on and on. They did that song. And they just came out with 99%. Anything that sounds like it would have been in the Trainspotting soundtrack is like what I like. And this one seems like it would be one of the party scenes, but a little bit more modern. Like, it definitely sounds like 2024. Mura Masa, they just came out with a new album called Curve. My favorite song from that one is probably Fly with Cherish. And it's a little, it like starts out slower, but it's still another one of those ones that kind of gets going. Another really good show to watch if you're into like garage music and you're looking for like British influences, People Just Do Nothing is a really good show. It's a mockumentary following like a pirate radio station where they only play like a specific type of music. And it's all like garage and garage music or whatever. It's just really funny. That's a good one to watch if you're like interested in where this music comes from and like what the sounds are and the people who listen to it and whatever. It's obviously like a comedic version. That's how you learn about stuff. Like, even in comedy shows, you learn about different cultures and stuff like that. There's a couple other good EDM songs on here. Then we get to Bimini, Bimini Bambula. She's basically the winner, to me, of Drag Race UK season 2. She didn't win, but I think she could have. She definitely could have. But she kind of releases more like, it's like almost political music, and it's all like dance club worthy for sure. She has like more of a punk energy to her, and definitely, like I said, political. And this one, she has a line in this one that's like, I think people should stop being cunts and be more cunty. And then it drops, and I'm like, this is so, like, she's saying everything I want to say. She's really funny, and she's beautiful and amazing, and all of her music has been really, really, really good. Another song that sounded like super British to me without looking up like where all these people are from and all that, it's by Interplanetary Criminal featuring SadBoi, who is she's like a Canadian Jamaican rapper, and like rapper singer, and she's been releasing some really fun stuff. She has a song called Ackee, and that one's really like kind of Brazilian, but it's definitely more of a rap song. And this one though is it's called No Time, and it's definitely more electronic, and I think this one would be really good in like a soundtrack. It kind of gives me Fifth Element, like the taxi scene when he's I think it'd be really fun to overdub that onto this scene. So then I found Tonkatruck by Mahita featuring Rico Nasty, and that one got me on a whole other like planet. It's definitely like a booty shaking rap song, and I want to say she's from New York based off of like the look of the music videos, but also the sound. And she had another new song come out called Hey, or High, sorry. It's like spelled Hai. And that one's about getting high. And I kind of love it. It's like, it's just fun. Like, it's always fun. And it's kind of like a classic, like Cypress Hill sound. So that one was really fun to kind of get into. And it's a really fun song to have blasting in your car. And kind of keeping with that classic sound, classic rap, I guess, Cypress Hill, is System Olympia and P Nut. System Olympia, I've like listened to a lot of their stuff, and then they just released Shy Shy. It's definitely like a 70s inspired song. It starts out rap, and then there's some singing in it. It kind of has 70s like 80s funk a little bit, because it starts out with like shy shy shy, and then so it's a little disco even, but there's like the walking bass, there's the really like type of guitar, and it's filmed in London, the music video, But it kind of just feels like what, if I were in the 70s, maybe this is how it would be, because I did not live then. But it kind of gives me like walking down the street, all those like movies that you've seen. It's like the guy in the bell bottoms kind of walking down the street, Fat Albert kind of vibes, but it kind of gives me that, and that one's really fun. So I'm gonna go in with this one, just with my finger at first. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this. Is like they call it like a pressed pigment. So these are eyeshadows, and then these are pressed pigments. I have a few other rap songs below that one. I wanted to get to this one. It's called Bogogo, and it's actually like in Zulu, and it's a really, really, really good song with African drum beats. It kind of brings you out of the world of rap and into like where all of that came from and all of the sounds, because like most of the drum beats that we know today have come from like traditional African and Caribbean music. And so they are from South Africa. It's Sam Deep Azane. She's gorgeous. But the music video is really cool. And it's just one of those songs that like speaks to your soul a little bit. I don't even know how to explain this one. So you guys are gonna have to listen to that one on your own and tell me what you think about it. I've been looking for kind of like common themes in all the music. Like last month it was very like disco revival, which I'm still seeing this month. But I'm seeing a bit more, and this is just in the music that I'm listening to, by the way. But I'm seeing a lot more of like the really heavy drums and heavy bass be kind of featured, more highlighted in the song. It's been really cool to hear like more drum and bass. I probably went way too high over here, but we're gonna go with it today. Another song that's been kind of like, it was very like drum heavy at the beginning, like heavy bass, heavy drums, is the new Jungle Pussy, and I absolutely love her. She's another artist. Anything she puts out, I click right away. It's called Effortlessness and whatnot, and it's kind of like darker. She does do that jungle like sound very well. She's actually the first artist I ever heard do that like the bed squeaky sound. It's in Trader Joe's, her song Trader Joe's. Yeah, this one, it just came out, and like the music video, she has a full body, like including the face, leopard skin like bodysuit with pink hair, and she's kind of flipping it around, and I love that. I love it. Anything extra. Then we move into my lady, Brie Runway. She's got some new music coming out. Pause. This one just came out like 2 days ago. She has a really distinct like sound, and it's kind of like rap over that really hard techno sound, but she just released the visualizer for Pause, and it's all her dancing. I actually found Brie Runway through listening to like Nadia Rose, Lady Leisure, and some of the bigger female rappers from England, and then I saw Brie Runway through that, and so now I'm finding a ton of other artists, but I found this song called Phases by Maisie and Imanzo, and it's another really good song. It's kind of more of a pop song with rap on top of that electronic like drum and bass garage sound. Very English. I really like that one. It's a good one to look into. So that kind of took me back into like the EDM sound. And I found a few other like really good English artists. One is Miso Extra, and she did the song Slow Down. It's kind of a slight more sad, but an upbeat like electronic song. Angel, Don't Say Nothing Else. And that one has that like squeak, 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 squeak. So then I saw Kimbra pop up, actually. She's famous for that song with Gautier that's like, you didn't have to cut me off. That's what I'm talking. And so I hadn't seen her in a while. Like when that came out, I listened to some of the other music that she had. But sometimes it's hard for me to like remember stuff and whatever. So you just get disconnected. But I was still like subscribed to her from then. So this one came back up. The song's called Back to You. It kind of is like an R&B mixed with pop, mixed with EDM, but a little bit more less like a slow paced, kind of more somber. And it definitely has like that build of maybe a ballad. But it was really fun to see her kind of pop back up on my suggestions. And the visualizer is very like Daft Punk, late 90s, you know, with the anime and all that. Kalila just put out music. This one's called Raven, and it's featuring Baby Mother. It's a remix. That one's really good. Kevin Abstract from Brockhampton just came out with a whole new album, Big Dog by Kevin Abstract. Brockhampton kind of was a enigma a little bit. I saw them in concert twice, and they're definitely like the modern boy band. That's kind of what they're going for. But Kevin Abstract specifically, he was somewhat of the leader of the group, even though there was like 16 of them in there. But he has a very specific sound, and this one is almost like boy band meets rapper. I'm pretty sure Brockhampton started on like a Kanye West like subreddit kind of thing where all the members were in this group. So he's definitely inspired by Kanye West, but you can hear the influence definitely. The whole album's been really good if you're into that music. So another one that I found it's called Wait by Cosette and Elise Cosco. So I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's actually a really interesting song. It kind of starts out like a bit chaotic, and it's definitely like electronic mixed with pop. If you like Addison Rae, you might like that one. And that kind of got me into my like more pop indie era. We have Remy Wolf. I've been listening to her for a little bit, but Remy Wolf is one that like I don't listen to her that often, but I really like her. It's kind of like Lola Young. I really like both of them, but it's not my like main genre of music, so it's hard. I don't identify as much, I guess, with it, but I still really love it. And she just released a song called Pitiful. I really like it. I think it's about being like on a break from a guy, which relatable. And it like kind of how pitiful you are, sometimes like allowing that to happen, but I don't know, we'll have to ask her. But the music video is filmed in Vegas. I think at the beginning of the video it talks about how she was in Vegas for like 4 years or something, and my family's from Vegas, so I always feel very like close to that, and it's just really fun to see her like living her best life, because she does seem like a Vegas girl. I feel like she would definitely thrive out there, so I'd be interested to see how like she really liked that. But the music video is really fun, and it kind of starts with like a 90s cartoon sound almost, and I really like that. A lot of her stuff definitely seems influenced by like 90s Y2K kind of feel, so it's always fun to see her visuals and her outfits. But she has almost like a funk jazz, like it sounds like she has a funk jazz background. I have no clue. So it's really interesting mix of like rock with funk and jazz, and I really like that, especially about this one. Well, I went Beetlejuice on that. We're gonna do a cheek, but it depends, because we went crazy. I might just go crazy with the blush, and this is just gonna be editorial fun for now, because we are in my house. So I really love this palette. It's the Lime Crime Sunkissed, and it has. So you haven't taken the plastic off of this mirror yet either. But it has all these like really fun shades. I'm going to do this guy. Sizzle, I think. Yeah. And I think I want to do really high blush. Kind of crazy lady 80s blush. And see how it goes. Because these are like the complete opposite. So it might look crazy, but it might also make sense. Up next is Bae. Ali X and Empress of, she does amazing music as well. You guys just need to look her up. But Ali X is like a Canadian pop star, but she has a more of an alternative like style and sound, and she just came out with Galena, and this one is so, speaking of 80s, I did this blush at the right time because it's super 80s like electro ballad. She reminds me of Terry Nunn almost, lead singer of Berlin, and so she kind of has like Debbie Harry, Terry Nunn vibes, but she's not blonde. And I also get like cranberries from her. I'd be really interested to hear her influences in music and in fashion. She's done stuff with the girls of Drag Race. I actually found her because she was on Drag Race Canada Canada's Drag Race. Drag Race Canada is actually like already a thing. It's like full on drag racing, so they had to call it Canada's Drag Race. And I love that. But she was on Canada's Drag Race as a guest judge, and from then on, I was like, oh my god, I love this person. Really, really sweet, like, seems really sweet, really talented, really interesting, and, like, smart, intellectual. And she did a song with Violet Chachki called Mistress Violet, and a few years ago, and that one is also super 80s. But it's almost like Tom of Finland, you know, kind of like dominatrix-y. And so that one's really fun. Obviously, it's called Mistress, but that one's a really good song too. But Galina, this one, you guys just have to listen to it. The visuals and the song itself are really, really good. You guys, I don't know what this looks like because it looks different. I have a tiny mirror here, there. It looks way different down there. Like the color, sometimes the way the color is, like it looks really saturated here, but on camera it looks kind of patchy. So sorry about that. So then Foster the People, like I was talking about them last month, they just came out with their new album, Paradise State of Mind. And I also really like the name of the title song or whatever, the song that's the name of the title. Glass Beams, also talking about 70s inspired. They just came out with a new album. I think it's called Mahal. It's a whole EP. You can listen to it on YouTube. They wear like crystal face masks, so you can't see them. And they have a very interesting like Middle Eastern sound, kind of Indian, Middle Eastern. It's definitely like drums, bass, guitar, and then they have like a keyboard. But it's like an electric keyboard, so you have all the crazy, you know, fun 70s sounds that come with that. Okay, I like this. I like the craziness here. Oh yes. I think what I'm gonna do is Lime Crime Platform lip liner. This one, I don't know if you can get these anymore, but Lime Crime, I need you guys to sponsor me. So one that kind of came out of nowhere for me, because I don't really listen to this kind of music. There's a song called Plateau by Gal Musette. It kind of sounds like an indie movie, like the end of an indie movie, when everything's working out for everybody, you know, like the guy picks up the girl and she kind of like skips to the car. I'm trying to think what movie I'm thinking of. But it's kind of dreamy. It sounds like 2008, which I really love, like in the best way possible. It's definitely a lot more soft than like what I usually listen to. So if that's an indicator of anything, if you like more soft music, it's a good one. I love how my makeup is always like crazy and then it looks normal at the end. We're just going with Fenty Glow. Rihanna, I bought her first album and never looked back. This Lash Paradise came with a primer, the primer here, and I never use it, but I just thought we're gonna do that today. Let's prime it. I want like big lashes, but I don't want to put falsies on. So if this doesn't give me what I want, I might put some fake ones on there right now. So coming to kind of the end of our playlist here, like I said, I was getting suggested like all this different stuff, and I listen to music from all over the world a lot of the time, but it's usually like adjacent to someone I'm already listening to or whatever. So it's been really fun to like I found Sam Deep and Azane, and I also found Blumengarten, who is a German kind of like indie rock band. And this one also sounds like the conclusion of an independent film and everything's like getting back to normal or whatever. Just really sweet. But this one's called Ich liebe dich für immer. And that just means I love you forever. I took German in high school, but that don't mean nothing right now. Ooh, look at that. See? This is the primer, but it's fun, isn't it? So like there was no way for me to get all of this in one video. I'm probably still going over what I was hoping to have, but we're gonna edit it down. So lastly, I found some full EPs from smaller artists that had maybe like 13 subscribers. So that was really cool, and I hope that they can get some exposure from this. But the first one was Trendy. And it's kind of, I don't even know how to explain it other than what I put here is, it's like the Eyewitness intro. There was a show called Eyewitness, and the intro to it, it's like a parrot or a macaw or something flying through like a white museum, and all the exhibits are coming to life. It was always on before Wishbone, and I loved Wishbone. Wishbone and Hey Arnold were like that's my 90s experience. They have their full EP on, so if you guys want to listen to that, It's that 90s like informational video. And another really great AP I found, it's called Pillow Talk by Trick Pony. And this one is another like deep house, 90s, you know, UK, not grime, but every time I say UK grime scene, it's from all those interviews. But it definitely has that UK like drum and bass sound. And so it's a whole EP that you can listen to. So that's the end of my playlist. All of this music is available on Spotify and YouTube. Some of the songs were not available on like the other platform. So I have everything where I can, and it's all linked down below. But I'm going to go fix this a little bit underneath. Look at this dog. She's ready for me to be done. Okay, well, here's the final look. I think it looks better in real life, to be honest with you. But still, you know, kind of cute. I'll figure out the lighting and stuff eventually. Let's see if this helps any. It just looks a little washed out on the monitor, but in real life, this is a lot more like... But thanks for joining me today. Hopefully I got through, you know, some good stuff, and you find some good new music. I'll probably be a little bit more picky next month, but it was still fun to do, and it was fun to do a new look and try out this new palette. I'm excited to do some of the drag makeup tutorials with this palette because I think it will work really well. But I usually don't go too far down, and I was trying to go for like the smoky glitter look, and I don't know, it looks okay. I don't normally do gloss lips either. It's kind of like an indoor thing. I would never wear them outside just because my hair likes to get stuck. But thanks for joining me today, and be excellent to each other. I love you. Bye.